Next step plans articulate to the program of studies in our district? Yes or no? Can I have somebody pick up the Post-it notes from the different tables, please? Now going back to your shoulder partner, last discussion point. I want you to discuss the worthiness of your stackable credentials. How worthy are your stackable credentials? Are they worthy of position higher at an industry? Have that discussion. 1 minute.
In other words, I'm not specific on anything. That's one of the reasons why. Robotics is secondary. I don't know what credentials
Thank you. You're jumping ahead of me here. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and finish wrapping up our discussion. Okay, there was some pretty good discussion going around the next step plans. When I talk about next step plans, I want to leave you with these thoughts. When do we start our next step plans? Do we start them at 9th grade or do we start them in the 8th grade? Why? I'm going to walk over here.
We start at 8th grade because that program of study starts in the 9th grade. So the 8th grade counselor transition program. That's how
when do you start discussing career readiness and college readiness?
In Santa Rosa, not till the high school.
High school?
Yeah.
When should we start having those discussions?
In elementary.
Correct. Absolutely. How often do we revisit our next step plans?
Should be every year.
Or sooner if necessary, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, our next step plans should be revisited every year, sooner if necessary. How much thought do we put when we complete those next step plans, when we sit down with our students and we're working on those next step plans and we're having this heart-to-heart conversation about career pathways? Are we really placing a lot of emphasis and a lot of thought? Is that discussion really happening? Are we involving our parents? I leave you with food for thought with those questions. Here's the deliverable for CTE programs of study. All CTE students acquire industry standard skills which provide for smooth transition into the workforce, allowing them the opportunity to realize their potential. Is this not what we want? Exactly. It's what we need to accomplish. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I need about 2 more minutes. I am so sorry. As you walked in this morning, you received this packet right here. I asked you a question early on in the presentation. How effective are your programs of study? How do you know they're effective? Do you have a tool to review them? We have been working in our Bureau on trying to get a program of study evaluation tool implemented so that you can use to evaluate your programs of study. This is in draft form right now. It's not a finalized document. It still needs a lot of work. You have it in front of you. I am going to ask for some volunteers to serve on a task force to work on this tool to refine it, massage it, and make it workable for program of study for implementation. If you open up to the second page, there's a timeline there. And again, this is a proposed timeline. It is workable, but it's the goal. The initial presentation and call for task force members today. Roundtable discussion, first roundtable discussion we're looking at is February 2015. And then we're going to look at pilot implementation of the tool. So I'm going to need volunteers to be able to pilot this implementation tool in your school district. And then we're going to come back and have some more discussions. What needs to be refined? Did it work? Did it not work? Do we need to go back to the drawing table? What needs to happen? And then we're hoping to be able to roll out this tool to the districts July of 2015. So it's a pretty aggressive timeline. So at this point, I would really appreciate some volunteers to be able to serve on this task force, to work with us, to be able to fine-tune this so that we can go ahead and get it out to the districts. Here's one condition, though. If you're a secondary school, bring your post-secondary partner with you. If you're a post-secondary school that's volunteering, bring your secondary. It would be awesome if we could get some of those industry partners to sit at the table with us too. So if you can bring some of your advisory boards, your committees to serve also, that would be fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this around. If you're interested, please sign up. Give me all the information that I need on here so that we can go ahead and get these discussions going. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you need it? Thank you, Barbara. I'll look at you. Oh, sorry.
Can you turn this off?
No. Good morning. Almost noon, esteemed school districts and higher educational institutions. My name is Renee Garcia, and I just want to thank you for being here to participate in this two-day workshop. I will be presenting this morning on bridging the gap between secondary and post-secondary. I just want to say that Dr. Stone did a beautiful job of segueing into my presentation, and I'd like to thank him for the information he shared with us today. As we look at bridging secondary and post-secondary, we begin with the review of the standards. The standards for secondary include benchmarks, assessments, career technical education, career clusters and pathways, and graduation requirements. So we look at the standards for post-secondary. These include syllabus, statewide articulated course competencies, student learning outcomes and assessments, and capstone courses. Together, the Common Career Technical Core integrates a common goal, common standard, and common vision. I've included